Hey guys, second episode of the podcast.
First official episode.
First official episode. Hope you enjoyed last week's, but do we need to do introductions again? We're good?
Just their names,
Alright.
everyone?
Yeah, I'm Sar.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Kyle.
Alright. Name to voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case you don't know us already.
So, Kyle, you said you wanted to chat about pets.
Yeah. So we were thinking about like what topics we could bring in this week, and the one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind was pets. So okay. So I guess starting off, like, I've never had a pet that wasn't a fish. Fish are the only
same.
pets that I've ever had.
Same.
I
Okay.
don't count them.
Okay, but have you had
You had a
fish?
cow?
I've had fish. No, I don't count them.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had a cow.
Not quite.
Okay, so you don't count fish either. Okay, so
Yeah, it's
but
like-
but have you had fish?
I've had fish.
So all of us
Maybe
have
at
had
the
fish,
Yeah.
but we've never had what we would consider like an actual.
I've had I had dogs.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
had dogs.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I've never had a pet. Josh
No.
has never had a pet, but you had dogs. Okay, so I'm interested to talk about this. Okay, so this is. Okay, I guess I'll start us off with a sad story.
Okay.
But my cousin's dog is getting pretty old now, right? He's French bulldog. They're not like the healthiest
Yeah.
of dogs. And I think this year he's 9 years old, so he's getting pretty up there.
Yeah.
And you can tell like he's slowing down. He's not as
Yeah.
active as he once was. Not so agile anymore. But I was talking to one of my other cousins about this, and I was like, yeah, as much as I would love to have a dog, I just don't know if I could do that because I know I would outlive them, and it would just absolutely destroy me.
Like so I think I've told this to other people, but like the thing I really like enjoy dogs or cats or whatever pet when I come in contact with them. But I feel like if I buy a dog today, I'm telling myself in 13 years or so, I'm going to be sad. Like, I'm signing that.
It's a timer.
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
signing up for, in a decade or so time, I'm going to be sad. Like,
Yeah.
I'm signing up for that. And, like, can I handle that then? Like,
Exactly.
Like you say, you're just like.
Yeah, like what if I'm already in a bad place in
Yeah.
my life, like at that time,
It's
and then
hit
it's
you.
like, yeah, it's like you're
Something
just
else taxed on.
piling onto that. Like I don't know, it would absolutely destroy me to like get a dog now and like just know that I am going to outlive this dog for sure.
So I got to get a turtle.
True. Yeah. Yeah. You'll completely.
That thing will outlive you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I feel like with pets, I don't know. Do you think a lot of people think in the same way, or
No,
because like
I don't.
obviously like we think in the same way, but
Yeah.
I don't think like any like I just like
Yeah.
other people would be like
I don't think people think that like far ahead.
yeah
Like when like at like that kind of sad thought. Like,
yeah
Anytime, right?
And you could also argue that it's probably worthwhile. Like,
yeah
the
for sure.
net positive is going to outweigh that, like, hard negative.
Yeah, like 13
the
years of
temporary-
happiness versus like half a year of
Like,
mourning.
the highs are going to definitely outweigh the low.
Yeah.
Or lows, but I didn't have that to experience that so much because when I had my pets is when I was in Israel still.
Yeah.
So when we moved, we had to like
Mm.
give them up for adoption. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, oh, I really like, I think we discussed this last time. You don't really exist until you're like 4 or 5, right? Till consciousness kicks
Yeah.
in. So like they were there from my parents had them before even me and my sister were born. But then, when we were growing up with them, they were like I had a golden retriever and then, I think it was a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
They were pretty big dogs, especially
Yeah.
when you're 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
They're your height, they're your size. They're fun, and they're cool pets to have. But I think now that I'm older, I definitely have like a different kind of relationship. If I had pets, right, you'd be more responsible for a lot of their upkeeping.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you don't have that, which
Yeah.
sounds like we didn't really like at the table.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go over to a friend, you only get the pros, not the cons.
Yeah.
So you just gotta hang out with people with pets.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like for certain friends, dog.
Yeah.
That thing is a menace, but it's just fun to be around.
Yeah,
Like-
he's cute though.
Yeah,
that dog.
like I couldn't imagine owning him,
Mm.
right? Like
yeah, it'd be a
it's something
huge
I don't want to
pain.
deal with.
It depends, yeah, because there's some people who's like, oh yeah, oh I was over to some friends on the weekend and they had a cat and they're like, oh yeah, here's 4 new scratches that I had since I last saw you from playing with the cat. I was like, that's not selling me a cat. They're like, no, we love him, like have a great time. I was like, you just told me something that like completely contradicts it in my mind.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's like, so I think you gotta have the, like you gotta experience it to
Mhm.
see the worthwhileness.
Yeah,
They did mention that one thing that it really, or not really becomes problematic, but something to think about if you ever want to do any kind of traveling for over a day or two.
yeah.
You gotta either get someone to come over to your apartment or someone to
Mhm.
pet sit, or that comes in. But it's for most people I know with pets, that's like, they still take the pet. So,
Really, I feel like I know a lot of people who end up using like doggy daycare or like
oh really?
yeah, you like I don't know. We took care of my cousin's dog
Yeah.
a lot whenever like they weren't available, so like they would just drop them off at our house for like a few days. We'd just hang out, have a good time. But
So, what we said initially, would
Yeah.
you? Do you think you'd get a pet?
I'm tempted, but I like okay. I had been thinking about this for like the last little while.
Okay.
Because like when Grace and I end up moving back here,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, yeah, maybe I would want to get a pet. And then like now seeing that my cousin's dog is like at the end, it's
Yeah.
like I don't know if I want to get a pet anymore because I'm pretty torn up that this dog is like
Yeah,
probably
strong
gonna pass
emotions,
soon.
yeah.
Right. Like I've known the dog obviously since they got him, like since he was tiny
Yeah.
and like if I'm feeling this emotional for this dog that's not even really mine, like I don't know. It's tough to say. But also I'm like definitely prefer dogs. I wouldn't say I'm a dog person, but
Yeah.
I prefer dogs. And Grace
Dog
really
person,
prefers
huh?
cats.
Ah,
So, but I would not ever get a cat.
Skip it.
Never. No, I would never get a cat ever.
Never, ever?
Never.
What if it was an
Okay,
outdoors
so
cat?
first of all, both Grace and I are allergic to cats.
Okay.
But also,
Wait, so doesn't that kind of nullify her point?
no, but
No,
if you're a
she's
cat
sti-
person, you
she
like
still
cats.
wants-
Yeah, but
yeah.
would she get a pet cat if she's allergic? It just sounds like
I mean, maybe. I don't know. She's
get the naked, like the hairless
Oh,
cat.
Oh,
No.
dude, those are honestly
Then you don't have
disgusting.
to-
those freak me out.
Yeah, but then you don't have the allergies, right?
Like
It's typically like the fur, right?
Yeah, Beerus.
yeah. I don't know. No, they freak me out.
That's
It's
what
like
I'm
okay. I feel like if I was sleeping and like that type of cat woke me up like
In the middle of the
in the middle of the night, like stomp on my
Horror
face, I
story,
like
yeah.
open my eyes, like eldritch horror staring down at me. Yeah, I'd probably shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I would get that type of cat,
Yeah.
even if I got a cat. Like cats are cute. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I'm like definitely again. I'm not like I hate cats, but I wouldn't want to own a cat. That's the thing.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like I think cats, like you said, they scratch. They like will mess up your house. Like I got a lot of expensive instruments and like materials and things. Like I don't know.
Gotta change your routine up.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of build your lifestyle around the cat at a certain point instead of like dogs are just like they'll go
Yeah,
along with like
yeah.
anything you do, whereas like except for certain dogs that we know, but
After some training, surely.
yeah, surely,
Surely
but yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, like maybe I would want to get a dog, but I don't know if I can handle that. The pet that I would actually want to get though is a pig.
A pig.
Yeah.
No,
One
but
of
pigs
those, like,
grow like
miniature
huge
ones?
though.
No,
I-
Teacup pigs still grow really big.
Oh,
Yeah,
There's
they,
that thing like
they
Logan
like
Paul.
okay. So there's no such thing as like a diminutive breed of pig.
Oh,
really.
sure.
That's just like a baby pig.
Okay.
Like babies, yeah, they're pretty small,
And then
but they do grow really big,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty okay with that. I just want this like heck and chonker just like pounding
100
around.
pounds of like pig. Just,
Oh no, they grow to like
yeah,
they're
500
large,
pound like
that's
animals.
nice.
Like yeah, like I wouldn't mind it
Yeah,
though.
you're gonna have to talk to your strata manager there.
Yeah, I know. That's true. But pigs are like one of the smartest animals and they're like naturally very clean.
Yeah.
Like contrary to the popular belief that pigs are dirty, they're very clean animals and they're very intelligent. So it's like
But wouldn't that make the blow of losing them even
yes,
harder?
that's true. But I believe pigs also have longer lifespans.
That's fair. Yeah.
What do you guys
fact check
Okay,
me on that? But
first, I want to ask you what about your thoughts about getting a pet? Would you?
At this current stage of my life, probably
But
not.
do you foresee
I mean,
within the next 10 years?
next 10 years, no,
No.
probably not.
Okay.
what about the next 20 years?
20 years, well, it depends on like
Yeah, how
whatever
do you see the
SO.
next 50 years of your life going? No.
No, but like I feel like I wouldn't really. Honestly, like I love the idea of having a pet,
Yeah.
but I probably wouldn't want to get one. Like I would want to get a cat if I were to get anything, but like I don't know, like
Yeah.
It-
You get
it's
Beerus?
just- no, hell no. I want like a short tail or whatever. Those things are so cute. But it's just like you guys said, like your lifestyle revolves around it, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to have to be doing something important and like, oh wait, no, I got to deal with
Mm-hmm.
a cat now.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
like for a dog, we're like, yo, like sit down, bro, and chill out. Cat's like, nah.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to the fish, where we're like, oh, we don't really consider them. I know there's some, you see this on YouTube, or whatever. They're like, oh, this fish is so smart. When I was coming up at the exact same time I feed him every day, he knew I was coming. It was like, yeah, okay, but it's like, oh, when people, I'm hating a little, but not mean, but people, but people, lizards, for example, or
Okay.
snakes, or animals like that, where so far our science says they don't really make the kind of connection. The snake probably won't harm you because it sees you feeding it every day. You don't feed it for 3 days, 5 days, whatever X amount of time, it stops. It won't see you in that,
Yeah. That's
limelight. So, I think those people with pets I don't think they make kind of the pets that I'd want, where you make a connection. You can see that pigs, cats, dogs do have that additional emotion level or intelligence level that not to our level, but enough to make a connection.
Yeah.
But I want to say, for me, fish are kind of like furniture. It's like furniture you have to work at. I don't know if you guys disagree or agree with that.
No,
but
I understand.
it's like, you gotta clean it up more often than you do, dusting your typical couch or stand or anything, but at the end of the day, they don't do much. They're just vibing in your vicinity.
Yeah, I think it's like honestly like the activity, the features of
Yeah.
a fish. Like if you look at the stat sheet, right, like they don't do anything for you.
Yeah.
You don't go and walk. You don't walk a fish.
Unless. But, yeah.
So, okay, this is like. I'll just I'll just tell the story.
Sure.
So my mom has these friends, and apparently they buy fish and raise them as food.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so
I think.
they will grow their own fish at home to an eatable size, and then just
They know.
eat them.
do you know what kind of fish they are?
Fuck if I know, bro. I have no idea.
Okay.
But yeah, my mom was just talking about this,
Interesting.
and I was I guess coming back to the features of fish, I guess that's that's a pretty big plus. I guess people raise chickens too
Yeah.
for eggs.
I remember I saw, I think it was on some farming Reddit subreddit where somebody was growing these pigs or lambs or something.
Oh,
and
no,
they're treating them so well. All these pictures I have, giving them the best kind of food, whatever. And then it's over a long period of time. This Imgur gallery,
Yeah.
and then and then you see, oh yeah, I chose this one for dinner tonight, and he just takes one from the and just that's dinner, and then he cooks really good looking dried smoked meats or whatever, and he's like, oh, I smoke. So
Man.
it's kind of this dichotomy where this person gives all this care and stuff that you'd expect from a pet, and then you kind of they hit you with the whiplash where it's like, oh, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of, I don't know, kind of a pull to the past where you're, oh yeah, treating these animals for food, but I don't need to,
Yes.
hate them. So I think some people now kind of, I don't want to make a connection with something, I'm gonna to make it harder. But I think it doesn't necessarily have to be. Clearly, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, but then okay. So thinking about that though, I wouldn't consider those pets at that point.
Sure,
which is
I
think that's an important distinction to make.
I don't think they consider them as pets either.
Yeah,
they're just like
exactly.
we are forming a connection where a lot of times, and especially, mega farms or whatever, they're just so automated. Everything is just pig number whatever. They do kind of give more of their emotion to it, but at the same time, they do know the end goal is.
Yeah.
They don't. It's not that as deep of a connection.
Yeah, so it's not like an animal for companionship. They're meant for food.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like as cold as it is, right? Like the sad or happy truth is that like animals taste better when they're happy.
Yeah.
Right. So, on a practical sense, you would also want to treat them well.
But aren't okay? This is my food history or knowledge is gonna show here, but aren't some like A5 Wagyu or some geese like put in some pretty like horrendous condition, like the calves like are pretty much not let.
That's for veal, I believe.
Because there's also a duck or a goose that similar.
For
foie gras.
They kind of just like
fuck.
They're not happy.
Yeah.
They're
Yes. So I've heard some breeds of Wagyu, they treat the cows like absolutely like royalty.
Yeah.
They'll like give them massages daily and like feed them only the best food and like everything like that. But the massages apparently really help redistribute
the fat
it is what it
into the
is.
muscles.
No, I heard ones like the calves.
Yeah, but like I don't think that's for Wagyu.
Okay, sure.
I just feel like it's for veal. Like I've heard of that as well.
Where it's like
it's really like terrible. Like they put them like straw, like mats and whatever, so they actually can't move.
So they don't use the muscles of super fatty and whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of.
Although, okay, I mean, like, I feel like you can tell with chicken, though. Like, free-range chicken tastes very different than caged chicken, you know? Like, when they're allowed to just roam around, they just eat whatever they find on the ground. Like, the muscles are really, like, you can tell that it's being used instead of just, like, chickens in the cage. Yeah. So.
That's fair.
Yeah. I guess rolling back to pets, though.
Yeah.
Now that we've had an aside about dinner.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry, not gonna lie.
Yeah. God. I guess, hold on. So we were talking about raising fish.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So fish, as pets, do you feel like they're more like furniture? I had a friend, I guess here's another pet story.
Okay.
I had a friend who was like trying to train her fish to do like tricks and stuff.
Jump through a hoop.
Yeah, and like I've seen the videos of that too, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, you've seen the videos like, I don't know, like you can get the fish to like do tricks and stuff, and like apparently like some larger breeds of fish can also like do stuff like koi and stuff, or I guess like apparently smarter, but
I see that.
I still just like feel as if, yeah, that's cool, but like a fish will never be able to like I could never hug a fish. That's just not even possible. So I never felt as deep of a connection with the fish as I would have an animal that you can spend a lot of
a mammal almost.
Yeah, like an active amount of time with. Like the fish, it's passive. Like you look at them, that's like pretty much it. They look back at you, and that's about like the extent of that relationship. Like, okay, I like going on walks with dogs. I like going on runs with dogs. I feel like there's a really like there's a physical bond there where the activities you do and even just a physical touch, like being able to hold or hug a dog, is so much more bonding than just looking at the fish through glass.
Yeah,
totally like you can't ever take it out, right?
Yeah.
It's like
that. I was thinking, most mammal pets you can have kind of that connection you're describing.
Yeah.
Also, I've seen some videos of ducks where people seem to have.
Oh yeah,
already
I
close
love
one.
those pet duck videos. They're so cute.
Where it does seem that the ducks are nearly, if not at that level.
Mm.
Just from videos, so my sources are weak here, but most other species of animals that I see people have, you're looking at them.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch, while I do consider fish almost furniture, what do you guys think of birds such as parrots or macaws or whatever? I think, let me know what you think, and then I'll hit you with what I do.
From what I know from talking with
Yeah.
friends and stuff, they're hella annoying.
Oh.
Really?
They're
They just like squawk.
They're
all
just
the time?
squawking. They're so needy. They're just like absolute pests.
Interesting.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, for me, I like animals, right? But birds, I feel, are super intelligent. You can make a connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like 80% of the time, they're just like killing you.
Killing you.
I like birds,
Yeah.
so I feel like I wouldn't mind having a bird as a pet. But I don't know. Again, I don't
They have
think
some
that-
longer lifespans than...
Yeah,
They do, birds
like,
do.
but like you can't take it for a fly, and you're like, fuck, man. You're
Now
like,
you
I've
catch
seen
the
a
string.
video.
That's
This
like-
lady had two, I think it was macaws on a leash. She was just running down the street and they're just flying at like the same pace as she's like jogging up the street.
No shot.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
all right, maybe then. But I feel like that's kind of cruel.
I think that's kind of
That's pretty
exception to the
cool.
rule.
Yeah.
But like, then you'd be known as the bird guy,
yeah,
the crazy
bird
guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Fly, my pet.
Because like you said, you can't really take them out. You can,
Yeah.
I guess, take them out of the cage in your house.
Yeah.
But-
if you let them out in the open,
Yeah.
they'll just fly away.
Yeah. So, but that's also kind of a point to me. For dogs or cats or whatever, they can kind of get the freedom, and you at some point give them some dogs or cats. People give the trust to just vibe in the backyard. Like you don't need to watch them. But then for birds, I feel birds fly inherently. That's kind of part of being a bird.
Get a penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, penguin, ostrich. But when you put them as a pet, you're kind of blocking one of their main things.
Yeah, you're caging a bird.
Yeah, you're caging a bird quite literally. So it feels, when I see a bird, maybe the bird can say 7 different words and they seem happy, but I feel inherently you've caged a bird.
Yeah.
They have the 3-dimensional like earth to vibe around it, and you put it in this tiny ass cage. So what do you guys kind of thoughts in that regard?
Okay, so are you saying that because you recognize that birds are more intelligent as an animal as opposed to like fish? Because like you are technically caging a fish.
It's the same idea with fish. I think fish are way stupider. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I do think it's the same idea. Like as a kid, I love the aquarium. But nowadays, I look at it, I'm like, wow, you put this shark. I know that zoos and aquariums actually have like a net positive for.
Depending on the
No, but typically
like
the
there's
funding that they get,
research
they get the research. They
like
their funding goes
marine
for
biology programs.
um,
yeah.
I know our aquarium does a lot of
Yeah.
sustainability stuff.
Yeah.
They do a lot
So
of conservation.
there's a lot of benefit to the wild animals.
Yeah.
But damn, the ones that are like that I'm seeing are not, they don't have. Okay, maybe some of the dolphins, they get fed way more than they would in the open ocean, but they're swimming in a pool where the other lions are swimming in the open ocean.
Yeah.
So it's very similar in that regard.
Okay.
We're captive. I guess I almost seeing them as captive. Where I don't see a dog as cat. Maybe it's because we've had them for a long time, or you don't see them too much in nature. Like
Yeah, in
the
terms of-
domesticated ones.
Yeah,
to
you
this
wouldn't
size.
see them in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there
it's
are
just because of
wild
that long
dogs.
history, right?
But even if you had a long history of birds for 10,000 years, they still need to fly.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely someone could be like, oh, I know this guy who lives on the mountain and this bird he lets it fly and it comes back to him every day or whatever. But
But like I think in that sense, yeah, that's like sure, that's great to have if you let it fly free and it still chooses to come back to you, like great, you have a good pet. Like I would agree with that. But I also agree with what you're saying about, if you cage the bird, then it's like, yeah, it goes against the natural instincts of the bird to be able to fly, You keep it indoors, I mean, it's like a 10-foot box, right? It's never going to go any higher than that.
I mean, this is the same with, like, animals, like, all animals, like, humans too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you just keep them, like, in your apartment.
Oh.
They're moving.
But-
Life ain't too good.
Yeah.
I've heard people also like to deal with the fact that the birds will like freak out. They'll like put covers over the cages too, which I don't know, for me that seems especially cruel. But I don't know, maybe some animal lovers are gonna come shit on us for all of our animal takes.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we're not saying you can't. We're just
I know. Okay.
This isn't a hot take. I think this is a relatively
our
cool
view on
Yeah,
take.
we didn't hit the disclaimer at the start.
Yeah, well,
Hit it in
screw
the
you
middle.
guys.
Hit it
You
in
don't
the
like it.
middle.
Alright? Report us if you want.
Don't
Please
do
don't.
that. Yeah.
Guys, this is episode 2. Please don't.
Take
We
it
need
back.
to- Yeah, we need this. We're so sorry. We're so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the standard, common pets, I can see why they're pets, but ones with potentially large like space they would in the wild, I find harder to kind of see the full reasoning to why you keep it caged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you think about like rodents? Like
Rats.
Okay, I've seen ones and
Hamster.
they are pretty smart too, right?
Yeah,
like,
like-
I've seen some pretty smart rats, for example.
exactly. Rats are very smart.
Okay, I just want a capybara. They look.
Bro,
they're
those
just gonna
things are large.
Bing chilling like
They're
all
just
day.
gonna sit in your bathtub.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
they're really cute though.
Yeah.
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 So I think from all the people I know that had rabbits are from my anecdotal experience of people I know who had rabbits, they were dumb rabbits. I know someone's like, "Oh, my rabbit's so no." Maybe, but the rabbits that I've known or interacted with, they've been dumb.
All dumb.
They've been.
Yeah.
I don't think worthwhile as a pet.
Damn. Okay.
I just like the same way I'm saying that it's not, in my view, worthwhile. Worthwhile in my eyes to like have a pet fish. It just kind
Sure.
of.
Yeah. No.
I don't see the value. But for other rodents such as rats, I've seen some possums that seem pretty interesting. People have porcupines and hedgehogs. I don't think, are they rodents? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're mammals.
No, they're not.
I don't know.
I think they're mammals. Anywho, regardless,
I think they're rodents.
I think.
I mean, like rodents are mammals.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, true.
it's just like whether or not it belongs to that.
But so you could sell me on a rat. I
Okay.
probably wouldn't get one, but you can sell me on having one.
But I could not sell you on a rabbit.
It just, from what I've seen, they just don't do much. They're just bigger pests than fish in my eyes.
They're not rodents.
Porcupines and hedgehogs?
No, they are
What are they?
classified in the mammal order Euliphotifla.
Some negative wisdom for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
audience here.
Well, I guess rabbits aren't really
They're
mammals
lagomorphs.
either. Yeah.
Damn, we're learning what the heck is a lagomorph.
Beats me, bro.
Rabbit.
Not a rodent.
Okay. Yeah. So I think there's a smaller selection of potentially domesticated, I don't know if you've seen people with the sugar gliders or whatever they're called.
Those like little like flying
Flying
squirrels.
squirrel almost
Yeah.
looking thing. They look
Yeah.
super cute. Typically, anyone you've seen in a video probably has experienced like torture beyond belief to like get to that state. From what I've read, because they're not naturally going to do that. So they've had their either claws or like teeth clips and stuff like that to make them possible for domestication. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they're
think
super
that's
cute. That's a big problem I have. a lot of animals are super cute. Like pretty much any baby mammal, like it could be a baby bear. You know, in 3 years' time, it could kill me. But you know, for these first 3 months, I don't think it's the cutest thing until it can
Really?
take
Yeah.
me on. Well, you don't think bears?
I
are
don't. Okay, sorry. Maybe a hot take. I don't think baby bears are cute.
That's all take.
That is a hot take.
Dude,
I
they're
don't
just
think
like
they're
so
cute.
cuddly.
They're pretty cute.
Or okay, I remember I saw a documentary. It's just some nature documentaries on my parents' place, and they're doing polar bear stuff. So they shoot the mom polar bear to do they do the tracking information on her and stuff.
okay.
But because they want to track the declining population and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they have to tranquilize her. Sorry, so they put her to sleep. They're not killing her.
Yeah.
And then just doing some data analysis on her, and then the intern scientists, they are getting paid $0 effectively, but they get to hold the baby polar bears cubs. And I'm just like, oh my god, would that be worth I'm winning that?
No way.
I get nothing, but I get to hold a baby cub polar bear. It's like,
Yeah.
or I've seen, especially they do this in the winter, so sometimes they find the den, they tranquilize it, then they don't need to chase it all, and they just pull the cubs out in the meantime while they're doing work on
Yeah.
because you can't really do science stuff on the cubs.
Yeah.
Maybe weigh them a little bit, but so it just, is that worthwhile?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be just bears. Bears are within our reach,
Yeah, no. Sorry, I just.
No.
It was just,
But a baby, I'm saying baby, but I could use cub, but a lion cub, just they're cute as hell.
They're just large cats.
No, but as
The cubs are still.
the cubs are small, so they're cute. And then I feel like if the tiger wasn't gonna kill me, if it's 3 years old,
You're
and
gonna be Mike Tyson. You're gonna buy a tiger.
oh, does he have a tiger?
Yeah.
Oh, but they weigh nearly 2 tons. But if I know he's not gonna kill me, I'm not gonna be afraid. But I don't know that.
Okay, so here's an interesting question.
Sure.
Let's say you raise a tiger cub from birth.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know he's not going to kill you?
Okay, I've seen the videos. People raising the lions,
And then they go back.
and then they go back,
it,
and the lion
recognizes
recognizes. They get the
Yeah.
sniff, and then they're all playful and stuff. But I'm nervous, even in those situations, because they're playful. But does the lion know that it could just two-shot this human?
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know how frail we are, right?
Mhm.
That's the thing.
They don't know their strength in
Yeah,
comparison.
they smack you in the
Predator
head,
cats
and
and
rip your
cats
face off.
also play with their food. So,
Okay.
how much of that is playful and I won't eat you, or how much of it is playful because I'm gonna eat you?
I've seen a lot of big cat, with trainers or zookeepers, or they're in this pretty massive cage, and they're looking for the leopard or the jaguar, and the guy just sneaks up on him or something.
Yeah.
And they look like they're having a good time, but I don't have. Maybe if I was day in, day out kind of part of that process, I'd also build kind of that expectation. But from the outside, just watching the video, you just enter the cage of an animal that can kill you.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're going to take a break now
Sure,
and
yeah.
come back with another topic after the break.
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
All right, so we're back, and Sar this time has a topic that he wanted to bring up.
Yeah, we were just discussing travel plans during the break, and that's something that's pretty wide encompassing. You're going to
I'm going to Amsterdam. Yeah, in April.
this
So.
your first time traveling in Europe.
Not my first time to Europe. My dad grew up in England, so we've been back there a few times. But it's my first time to the Netherlands, so I think that'll be a really cool experience. Yeah. Josh, where are you?
Oh, I'll be going to Japan end of April, mid-May.
Nice.
Yeah, I just want to get back there and do a ton of stuff.
You've been once before, right?
I've been twice.
Twice already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2018, 2019, and then
Something happened.
We weren't gonna go 2020 because of the Olympics to be too busy, and then obviously something happened that maybe closed the country down. But yeah, I just want to have some some vacation time before I go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Sar?
Yeah, just going back to Israel. On this is the program they have for Jews who've grown up outside of the country. It's very heavily subsidized. And it's like a 7 to 10 day kind of guided trip where you and people around your age, you get to choose. There's different programs. There's more sporty ones or more there's like cuisine oriented trips or just a normal standard experience or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the past it used to be until you're 32. I think last year, 2 years ago, they chopped it down to 26.
Oh, wow.
So I'm on last year here. I applied last week. That's when the summer tours opened up. So
Right.
and I'm just waiting to hear back from them.
Do you know how fast it usually takes?
No.
No? Okay.
I think, yeah, I have no idea. But I applied for a May trip, so
Yeah.
hopefully they apply it.
So, like,
for-
what kind of package did you apply for?
I did apply for the like more outdoorsy one, like active
Yeah.
one. They change it every year. They kind of just here they have kind of a generic or past template of what happens. So some years they ride ATVs and kind of some
Damn.
back like
Sick.
area,
That sounds so fun.
or like they do some I think rappelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's one night where I think you sleep in the desert in the, forgot the name, but yeah, and you like sleep under the stars therewards.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool experience. Also, the general gist of it is to kind of reconnect Jews that are outside of Israel to Israel and kind of see potentially kind of what you want to, if you want to move back. I know I'm pretty certain that Ethan from H3H3 did that trip, and that's where he met his wife. Because for a few of the days, you do interact with, typically it's people your age are going to be in the military at that time.
Yeah.
So, or it's going to be just after, but, and then they kind of, I guess, enticing for some people.
Yeah.
So
Is that going to be your hot 6'4"?
So,
No context in that.
no context.
No.
Yeah, so it should be pretty cool. I know people have gone, had a good time.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. Also, I was gonna ask you guys because I haven't most of the trips. I've gone places around the world, but typically it's with my family. I don't know. Have you guys had many trips not with the family?
Yeah.
Like outside of your Japan trips at all, or
Yeah, I've been to like LA a bunch.
oh, okay,
Or California,
yeah,
And then,
just with some friends or whatever.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
friends.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Same friends.
Same friends.
Yeah.
Same friends.
and then, been to like Hong Kong once or twice by myself. Or
Were you
like-
visiting family there?
I
Or-
was, but
Okay,
like,
okay.
I stayed by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gone on, well, like Grace and I have gone on a few trips by ourselves now. And,
Word.
well,
Whereabouts?
so this, I guess last year now,
Yeah.
God,
Time flies.
2022, we went to Mexico. That
Okay.
was like our first big vacation together outside of like small road trips and stuff. It was like the first time that we were flying internationally together.
Okay.
And that's because she graduated from med school, so we wanted to go on like a really nice trip. We
Something
just
like
like,
that,
yeah, I just went away for a week and just relaxed. But besides that, yeah, we've taken like road trips a few places. We've gone to like Montreal and like
That's good. It's-
yeah, before she went to school in Ottawa, we took a trip up to Ottawa. Like just drove up and scoped it out a little
Yeah.
bit before she moved. So things like that. I've been on like a few trips to like conferences and things by myself. Those aren't really vacations, I guess.
Sure.
But like
sure.
yeah, I've done a fair bit of traveling by myself and with
That's
without
kinda,
the family.
So most you for you, Josh, it sounds that most of the times you're either meeting friends or family, or traveling with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I was just gonna say like I don't count like road trip or like in province things as, or even to Alberta.
Yeah.
I don't count that as a trip really.
I
That's
feel
great.
no. I feel kind of the same. It's like, oh, I went a few years ago, 5 years now, like on a road trip with some friends. It's just like just like a week long like loop in BC. Like went all the way up to Lillooet and then through the west and then to the east and back. But so, it was just me and the friends. But I, like Josh was saying, I don't fully. I feel
Interesting.
when I'm thinking about travel, I typically think about other cultures, traveling to other cultures. Even if I travel down to the States, it's another culture. It's not Canada. While you're saying, BC, Alberta, they're just so alike. I don't feel like.
Wow. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I have a completely like
Alright.
opposite
Yeah.
view of that. For me, it's like anytime I'm like leaving home, like my home city or like I guess like Lower Mainland,
Yeah.
right? Like for me, that's like a trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, even like like we go camping, right?
Yeah.
You drive out. It's only like a few hours drive, but like for me, that's like, I'd still consider that like vacation or like a trip because what I'm doing there is so different to what I'm usually
Like your
doing.
daily routine kind of.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so like, especially like camping, right?
Yeah.
Camping is a great example, I think, of that because like, yeah, you've no like cell signal, like no electricity, like whatever your phone runs on, like
Yeah.
sure, but like especially before when I used to go camping as a kid, like that was a big vacation for me. Like, you go somewhere and you kind of escape from the world for a little bit. So like
A little disconnect.
for me, like even if that's within BC, like that's still a trip to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I definitely consider camping and stuff like that trips. Like I went up to Whistler with my family this past like winter
Yeah.
holidays, and yeah, it was a trip. I was out of the house for several days and just hang with the fam. All of us are not doing our ubiquitous routines and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think when someone says travel, I'm thinking like.
Like
And because we're in North America,
International
there's
travel?
there's two countries here. It's like
Yeah.
intercontinental. I'm typically thinking.
okay, yeah.
And I don't know. I also feel. Oh, I have no problem just going camping with friends. Like, no doubts in my mind or anything.
yeah.
But going to a different country, I just kind of there's kind of like a half hesitation almost.
It's
like-
intimidating. Yeah.
especially most other countries don't speak English. Wow, that's the world we live in. Nothing against that, but it does add another level of
Yeah.
complexities.
Do you think that that's like because if you go on this trip back to Israel, you do speak the language, like does that add a comfort level to you there? Do you feel more comfortable going by yourself like because of that?
Probably a little. I might go with a friend or not, depending how the trips line up.
Yeah.
But so that's like a different topic I'll touch on in a sec. But I do think, when I travel to countries that I know the language, like I've been to France several times. I
Yes.
definitely feel that France, I'm more comfortable because I know at least what, if I want to buy something at the grocery store, I have somewhat of the skills required to do that.
Yeah.
Taking immersion and whatnot. But I really want to go to Italy. I'm really intrigued by Italian history, or they're like just even modern day Italy and their cuisine. But yes,
Carry on.
yeah. So that's all I thought. But I took one course in Italian, and that's not enough skills to get by. So every once in a while, I hit Duolingo or another.
Oh yeah, just
app,
like,
but-
get back on there.
But it's not enough. I'm missing pretty big vocabulary
Yeah.
to even get by. So obviously English is the lingua franca of the world. So surely you'll get by, right? I know enough English and hand signs to communicate with someone.
Yeah, and that's why Grace and I feel pretty comfortable traveling to Amsterdam. From everything we've read, you can pretty much just get by speaking English.
Yeah.
That's not
a huge deal. So
I feel that Western European countries definitely
yeah,
are pretty well versed in English. That you could just get by on just English.
yeah,
But a different topic I want to kind of touch upon is traveling with friends versus traveling alone.
yeah, like fully low.
Yeah, because my sister did some exchange and stuff, and then she, when she was in Europe, she'd fly to some other countries, but right now she's on a trip that's fully alone in just some South American countries. And I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. That I think that's something am looking forward to doing. I want to travel. I want to travel with just friends internationally because I haven't had that experience yet. But also want to travel alone.
Yeah.
Kind of just see how I get by. How I know I'm not the most outgoing person, but I definitely don't. I'm definitely a fan of like interacting with people. So I want to see kind of how I'm able to cope and
Yeah.
connect with people.
There's also a certain like just total freedom, you know, you don't need to worry about anything, anyone else that you don't, you know, things that you don't want to do. Like you just do everything you want, pretty much whenever you
it's
want.
your schedule,
Like
right? Like for my first Japan trip, like I spent like a week or so in Tokyo with like my friends.
Yeah.
And then I spent like 4 days by myself in Osaka, and then I flew to Hong Kong to meet my parents.
Yeah.
And like those 4 days, like it was like honestly really good.
yeah.
Right? Like
I haven't
you explore
gone.
it, do whatever you want.
Yeah, like I haven't gone anywhere internationally by myself, but yeah, like I've been to different cities within Canada before, by myself just for like conferences or whatever, and like outside of, you know, whatever purpose I was there for, it's like it's very freeing, you know, like you can just go anywhere, do anything, meet anyone, like it's a very unique experience.
Very similar to that, you know, I could do that right here, right now.
Yeah,
But I don't. For example.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's almost an excuse to do that. Though,
Yeah.
Like when you're in a different place, you know.
Because here, you know, sometimes when I'm like feeling, I want to just go shopping or something.
Yeah.
Either I'll hit up some friends or I'll be like, I'll just like kind of take this. And going shopping on my own is like a very recent experience for me. That's not something I've done until like the last year or two. I've typically never shopped alone.
Yep.
With friends or family. So just every time I'm doing it, I'm just like, it's like the entire time is just for me. I'm in control of like everything that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of we had dinner yesterday. And I kind of want to ask, but not then. That somebody came to sit at the table beside us, and I've seen it before. It's like it's just a person on their own coming to sit in. You know, just get their bowl of whatever food in. Just eat, you know, typically they'll be on their phone or something at the time, but not, like, what are you guys' opinions on just people eating alone? I want to start off with, like, I'll let you go first and then I'll come back. So,
I do that all the time, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, like, a lot more before COVID. But
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Yeah, I would do that all the time. Like, sometimes, like, you know, I'm going out for a specific errand. I'm not going to ask anyone to, like,
Journey.
like I don't know like when I'll be done. I'm like, okay, like I want to eat here. I'm just gonna eat here, real quick, right? Or like, if I'm at work, I'm eating alone, obviously. Or just if I wanted to try something out, and it's like kind of out of the way, I'll just do it myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of going to eat by yourself at restaurants. Like I've been doing that since I was in high school, pretty much. Like I'm chill with just like if I want to eat something, no one's free. Like obviously like I'll ask people, but I have no qualms about going by myself if no one's free. Like I'll still go.
Yeah.
It's not like that's not the barrier to entry for me. Like especially if it's like I don't know, like I'm a big food guy, right? Like I love to eat certain things, so it's like if I'm really craving something and like either no one wants to go or no one's free, like that's not going to stop me from going and sitting just like sit by myself and eat. I guess like there is a little bit of awkwardness, like walking into a place and being like, table for one. But like once I'm past that, I'm like, like I came for this food and it's really good. Like I'm satisfied by my experience doing that.
Like sometimes, more often than not, I would just like pop open YouTube video, just eat,
Yeah,
watch
that
it, right?
too.
Like
yeah, it's
I
like
totally forget about being alone.
exactly.
It's not even on my mind in the first place, honestly. But like it's you and the food, and that's it, right?
Yeah. And I think for me, like having, I moved away for school. I've been doing things on my own for a long time. Like you said, shopping by yourself, right? Like I had been doing that since I was, 18 when I moved out, right? So it's like I think I'm pretty used to it by now, just doing everything by myself and like being comfortable with doing everything by myself. Like getting groceries by myself, like that was something that I'd always done.
I do kind of split like groceries. Like I don't know, groceries kind of a need to do kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
versus like
I obviously I don't put in the same category as like clothes shopping is not like
just
a
like go to the
required-
mall. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Typically when I go out, there's like a reason to. I don't even like do takeout on my own. So I definitely don't go out on my own.
yeah.
So I haven't had the experience. Not that I have any qualms, I could put it, with
Yeah.
the idea of just going to eat on your own, but because I typically don't eat out when it's just me, I haven't done that before, and I don't think there's like anything wrong with it. It's just because the way I interact with food not made by me,
It's
it involves
social.
company. Yeah, so it just hasn't.
I think you should try it sometime though. Just like you might as well just try it once and like see what it's like.
Yeah, just like go for lunch, just walk down there and
Yeah.
Yeah, just like hit a restaurant by yourself.
like
sometime.
Ebisu, like get their lunch deal. Just go in and out.
Yeah.
Like one thing I don't think about, but like I always notice is like me doing something outside versus me with friends outside. With friends, it always takes longer,
That too.
right? And that's not a bad thing, but like
Yeah, because we end up talking for
Yeah.
hours.
yeah, like I do not mind at all, like having company and whatever.
Yeah, company over joining a
Yeah, like it's fine. But like for food it takes longer, for whatever it takes longer, and like that also like kind of goes back to like traveling by yourself, right? Like on a trip you want everyone to be happy, and you want to like, oh hey, like everyone okay with doing this today?
You just prioritize
Yeah.
you when it's just you.
Yeah, like not to seem like self-centered or anything, but
Okay.
like eating by yourself, you're like, hey, anyone want to split something, or like eating with something, anyone want to split, anyone blah blah blah. Eating by yourself, like I want that or that. Okay, I'll just get it, right?
Yeah.
And you're just
Well,
free.
when you are eating with other people, it's like, oh, maybe I want this, maybe I want that. Like when I'm with my family, in particular, it's like typically I'll be splitting food with someone in my family.
Yeah, you
like
kinda always
with my
share.
a parent, a sibling.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be tasting 2 meals.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I like that. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, I'm like, I'm in a hamburger mood, which I am, guys. We need to eat a hamburger, but anyway.
It's your hamburger.
But I'll be like,
some hamburgers.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, I really want this one. There's plenty of other people if somebody wants to split. But other times you're like, oh yeah, this seems interesting. Oh yeah, this person's like, oh, want to split that? It's like, oh yeah, that looks cool too.
Yeah, Grace
Um,
and I do that a lot.
mhm.
Like, I mean, I guess big advantage of being
Yeah.
a part of a couple is like you can share all your food, right? Like,
Yeah.
we'll go somewhere and order 2 full meals, and like
Yeah.
it'll end up just being completely split. Like just constantly shuffle the plates
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
just like pass them back and forth. But I think, like in terms of eating alone, I'm still a big proponent of it. Like, and even just like for convenience too. Like Josh was saying, it's so fast to just get in, get out. Like, and if I'm like already out doing something, like okay, I guess like a food court is a little bit different. Like a lot of people eat by themselves at the food court, but
Yeah.
like that's something that I used to do a lot. Like anytime I needed to, buy anything from the mall, right? Like, yeah, I'd go to the mall like and be like, if I don't have food at home or if I don't have groceries, then I'll just eat by myself there, and then it only takes me like 15 minutes, and then I can go do all my shopping, and then like go home. It's like I don't know. I think if once you free yourself almost from the inhibitions about it, similar to the travel by yourself, like I think it just it becomes very free.
To both of those, I don't think I have like too many inhibitions. Surely
Yeah.
there may be some that I'm not aware of because I haven't done them yet. So maybe there's a reason why I haven't done them. But
Yeah.
for kind of eating out, I feel that one thing I have is a lot of time. I think I have a little too much time. I like. There's definitely. I'm not as busy as I would like to be. So, if there's time, I could make a meal. Well, I can really go down that path, but I won't right now. But so I don't ever kind of quote unquote see a reason to go out. If there's food at home, then
Yeah.
I'll just hit food at home.
Fair.
Yeah, usually
So-
I'm the same too.
Mm-hmm. So, and my errands are typically just groceries once every 10 days. So, I don't do
Yeah.
not
Okay.
too much causing me to leave the house and be out for a reason. So then there's not that follow up. So I feel it might just not come up with other people with my same schedule probably would have found the time. So there could be kind of that hidden reasoning to me.
Yeah. And I wasn't necessarily saying that you may have inhibitions
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it, but just in
I agree.
general.
Yeah.
I think some people definitely would
totally
have
agree.
a block in terms of
I saw a tweet where this is why I was thinking about it is somebody saying, oh, eating alone is a whole new type of lonely or something, and then somebody replies oh, eating alone is a whole new type of confidence.
That's
right?
what I
'Cause
was just gonna say. I
It's just
feel like it's not that at all.
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
You're not there for other people. You're there for you. So
Yeah.
I definitely agree with what you're saying here.
Yeah. I guess okay, tying it back to traveling alone then though.
Mm-hmm.
When you're traveling, you have to eat
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
So I guess you would be eating alone
Yeah.
most of the time.
Two birds with one stone. Yeah.
Yeah. Just travel in a new city. Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that I would particularly enjoy for cities that I'm traveling to go for food.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a hot take,
Okay.
but there's nothing about New York City that interests me outside of pizza, and Broadway.
Yeah.
I fucking hate big cities.
Yeah.
I don't like being touched or busy
The hustle and
areas.
bustle.
Yeah, I don't like being rushed. That's why I like Vancouver. Everyone's slow, takes their time, West Coast vibes. But yeah,
my
so
parents have quite the opposite because of that.
I have no interest at all in New York City. But I would go there just sit by myself in a pizza place, just eat pizza and
pizza.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that would be
Yeah.
the only reason.
Totally same. New York only interests me food wise.
Yeah.
Only.
That's fine.
Yeah.
There's reasons to go.
Yeah, exactly. So I could travel there by myself and just
You
eat
don't
by
need to
myself,
go see the Statue of Liberty or something.
No, exactly,
I can see it from the
yeah.
distance, right?
Like,
I don't need to go.
apart from that, the only thing that would interest me in New York City is our mutual friend.
Yeah,
That's
that's
about
true. Yeah, to visit a friend.
Yeah.
Right? But if I was there, I would have no qualms just eating by myself, just munch down.
Just layover, a long layover, just get
Yeah,
some pizza.
just do a
go
pizza
some-
tour,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, they
They're
have
so
those.
cheap.
They have those too.
Yeah,
Pizza
really?
tours. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty intense. But you know me, I'm a big pizza guy.
Yeah.
It's probably my
Can you
favorite.
get yourself
if not-
a 12 hour layover,
Yeah,
just
just
hit some
down some
pizzas,
pizzas,
and
yeah,
then
right?
just hit
Yeah.
where you want to go.
Yeah,
That's fair.
It's
an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're almost coming up to the hour mark.
Okay.
So, this is the second episode of our Up and Up podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Name is going to be set in stone.
Yeah,
Decision
right?
eventually.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
we're just gonna call it the Up
We're
and
just
Up.
yeah. I was looking last time. We saw some other competitors, but we'll just blow them out of the water and then we'll.
yeah. We'll rise above.
Yeah.
You know. So-
Yeah, we don't even need to refer to them as competitors,
True.
right?
Stepping stones.
So next week we're actually gonna move to not being all together in the same room. So things are gonna sound different. We'll figure it out though. And
Hopefully, it'll still be just as clean. So.
yeah, I'm sure it'll all work out. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk online all the time
Yeah,
anyways, so I feel like it won't really change much. But yeah, well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to our second ever episode, and we'll catch you all next week.
Bye.
See ya.